Fort Smith City Director say no to an ordinance that would have prohibited any forms of camping or sleeping on city property. It would have kept people from sleeping on sidewalks, streets, and alleyways. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi was at the meeting tonight and has reaction on both sides of this issue.
Motion is defeated.
That's reaction from Fort Smith residents sharing their approval of the board's decision to reject the ordinance.
It was really disheartening when I first heard about it. I think that as a community, we shouldn't ever try and hide part of our community, which would obviously be, people who are experiencing homelessness.
Fort Smith resident and director of case management at Jesse's House, Samantha Holland, spoke to the board about her concerns.
Ordinances like this are very dehumanizing, and we have a ability to look back and be like, well, it's not affecting me. But what we don't realize is we're a few decisions away from being in that same scenario. There's a wait list for HUD. They're turning people away at Hope Campus. The shelters are at capacity during the wintertime, during inclement weather, because everybody's trying to seek shelter. So if the shelter's not there, where do we send them?
Meanwhile, City Director Kevin Settle is one of the 3 who supported the proposed ordinance.
We've got a lot of citizen input and comments about homelessness, sleeping in the parks, and how it looks in our city. And I think hearing from the public, we've heard from some teachers, principals throughout the city, and they really want something to help clean up our city.
Perhaps the most impactful moment of the night, Fort Smith Police Chief Danny Baker, whose department would be partly responsible for enforcing the policy, sharing his thoughts. Baker says while the ordinance is constitutionally sound, it wouldn't provide the right solutions, adding that homelessness isn't an issue that can be solved by the police nor legislation that targets the homeless.
More that we do to address the root causes of homelessness rather than the behavior that maybe makes us uncomfortable, the more that we're going to get toward actually solving the problem.
Thank you. One thing remains clear from that meeting. Both the city as well as residents are still looking for solutions on how to solve the homelessness problem right here in Fort Smith. In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.